Our next topic
Here we
falls in
go.
line. Like Dave said, this is a perfect segue. So a while ago,
Here we
we
go.
asked the question, how important is sex in a relationship? And we had that conversation in depth. And so now let's up the ante. Today's question is, how important is nasty sex in a relationship? I leave it open to
And the
y'all.
first thing we have to go.
I don't think my answer.
Oh
The
shit!
first
Hold
place
on,
we
everybody
gotta
at the
go.
same time.
Yeah, sorry.
I was just going to
what's the
say
first thing we gotta
something
know?
very simple. I was going to say I didn't know you could have sex without it being nasty.
Some
First
some
of all,
people,
That's
some
interesting.
people are not.
That's interesting.
I'm being an
I'm about to
asshole.
say, right? That's
That's
what I'm saying.
interesting.
So I purposely
I'm
left it
being
open
asshole.
ended because what is nasty sex?
That's where we're going.
What's nasty?
That's where we're going.
Right, see, you see,
That's
so
a great
so
great
that's
question.
why I left it open ended because some people will say, well, you know, we do have sex often, but it's only missionary and doggy style, and that's not really doing
Come
it
on,
for
son.
me.
That's like Napoleon ice cream, son. Come on, cut this
Hey,
bullshit
listen,
out.
that's but some
Come on.
people like vanilla.
Yeah. Yeah.
Son, we gonna be excessive. This thing, you about to call this shit excessive? I swear, like niggas is eating vanilla ice cream every day. That shit fucking up your
But
taste
my point,
buds.
I'm saying that because there's such a thing as called vanilla sex, right? Where people say bland
Yes,
sex,
I'm
right? So a lot of times, especially people in long-term relationships, speak of a point when it gets to be bland, mundane, almost copy and paste. Even Kevin Hart has a sketch where he's like, "Hey, you know you've been fucking your partner for a long time when they know your moves. You start hitting certain moans, they're like, I know, you want me to bend over, right? Go ahead, smack my ass. Okay, you coming? You coming? All right, I know, we done." It becomes like this repetitive situation. So I'm not in a long-term relationship. I can't really chime in. I have thoughts, but the point is, people want to have different types of sex. Some people like nasty, quote unquote, sex. And what's nasty is different to other people. I remember years ago, someone told me, man, I had nasty sex on my birthday. It was downright filthy. And I was like, man, that's what's up. Well, what did you do? It was like, oh, we just got hammered drunk and had a lot of sex. And I was like, oh, but that's nasty sex to you? They were like, yeah,
exactly.
that was the nastiest shit ever. I'm like, oh, so I started inquiring, right? I'm like, oh, so did you do this? Did you do that? Were toys in the bedroom? I mean, whips, chains, what we talking? It's like, no, I just told you. We had a bunch of alcohol. We got really drunk and we had sex all night. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's a relative term, like most things. You know what I mean? It's like what's nasty to somebody may just be regular and shit, you know, to the next person.
Right.
So you don't really know. And even what you're talking about in terms of it being, you know, repetitive or you know what's coming, it could be repetitive, you know what's coming, and it still be nasty. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, okay, I know you like this, you know I like that, but we keep it nasty. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a difference between it being fresh and it being nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be, hey, we do this all the time, but hey, I like it because it's nasty, or I don't like it because whatever. Or saying, hey, we need to do something a little bit different because this is getting stale, you know, and trying to keep things fresh. I think that's like kind of like two different things. But speaking for me personally, yeah, I feel like it is important for it to be nasty. Maybe not super duper important, but it's like, yo, like it's boring. I'm not going to want to do it. You know, like I said on the pod last time we talked about this, it's like if it feels like just a mundane thing, I'm just washing the dishes, it's just whatever.
Right.
I'm like not into it, you know. So for me, in terms of it being like nasty, like yeah, like we gotta as a couple, we gotta see what that means and get on the same level with it because yeah, like hey, I want to like push some things, but everybody has their lines. You know what I'm saying? Like people be like, "Oh, Dre, I want to try this and this with you." I'm like, "Okay, I'm cool with this, but yeah, like I'm not cool with that." You know, so I'm the type of person where it's like, okay, I could be that dude that's putting you in bonds. That's what you like. I could do that, but I can't be put in bonds. I have like issues. You know what I'm saying? I can be, oh, can I handcuff you? Fuck no. You know what I mean? You must be out of your fucking mind. You know what I mean? Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do that. But if you into that, I can get the little furry handcuffs and put them on you, and you like that shit. Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, okay, now it's my turn to do it to you. Shit, let's see what skills you got, motherfucker. You ain't just putting me in stuff. Fuck that shit. I got trust issues. I got problems. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, nah.
It took a turn real quick.
My turn. No.
No.
Yo.
Go ahead, Dex.
I agree. Are you with your partner? You have to define what is nasty, get to a common ground on what is nasty for you in the bedroom or wherever else you like to do it, and work with that. Keep things entertaining. Keep things from getting dry. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say too much, but yeah, you just don't want things to get dry or routine. You know what I mean?
You never want things to get dry.
You never want things to get dry.
You know what I mean? Hey,
my God.
wordplay. Yeah, but yeah.
Bars.
So
Okay.
yeah, I agree with that.
I think everybody's saying some very important things. I think what I'm gonna say is gonna go along the lines of what both of you guys are saying. Communication is key. I think people, both parties should communicate what their level, quote unquote, of nasty is. You might let's put a number on it. Your number might be 7. Their number might be 5. You understand what I'm saying? You might run into, if you're single with your options open, you might have multiple partners. So your next partner might be a 10. You feel what I'm saying? Next one might be a 9, or you yourself, you might be a 8. Who knows? You get what I'm saying? But you got to communicate, what that is, because you don't, spontaneity is cool, but sometimes you might catch somebody in a moment that shit could throw the whole mood
And sometimes
off.
planning is
You understand
important.
what I'm saying? Yes, absolutely. But some people don't. They be like, oh no, just do it to me in the moment. I'm like, yeah, but what if you have a
Right.
reaction? You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then that'll throw the whole
Yeah.
mood off. I understand you want to just be spontaneous in the moment. Like some people, they like that fantasy
Right.
fairy tale rough sex situation where they being tossed around, and you might do something, but then they might have a
Right.
reaction that might shift the mood. Why? Because it wasn't communicated. Like you said, communicating in advance, I think, is extremely important, man. And I think, of course, it will help complement things a lot better.
Okay. Ness?
Yeah, let me add one thing real quick. I'm sorry.
I think. Yeah.
I was just gonna say one of the best things is like walking down the street and just talking about what you did earlier. You know what I mean? Like it's like two coaches just discussing the plays. That was good when that happened. Yeah, that was good. Okay, well we got what I mean?
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Kind of stuff. I like that
Yes,
kind of
yes,
stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Anyway,
yeah.
like coaches got
Yeah.
little whistles on. Coach Cat, we're walking down the street holding hands. Like go to
You
get
know
some
what I'm
coffee.
saying?
Like that was
You
great.
in the
earlier.
plays.
She's like, I want to get my shoes. I want to get my shoes stuck in the ceiling fan again. I like it.
You know what I mean? Like,
All right.
But anyway.
Go ahead, Ness.
So yeah. I think they touched
Hey,
it.
yo.
Like you.
Hey, bars.
I'm sorry. That one was my fault. Sorry.
Yo, these drops are gonna be crazy.
The clips
Jay.
are gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna go
the
clip
trailer
crazy
clip.
with this one. You know
The
what
trailer
I'm
clips.
He said they
But,
touched it all.
Yeah. I feel like for me, I don't think my answer is going to change too much from the last
Okay.
question. The if is sex important? I think it's the same
Okay.
answer. It's more about the compatibility between the partners. And as far as like if nasty sex has to be there, it's maybe for the sake of not being
Right.
monotonous. You don't want to have the same patterns. You don't want to go running the same plays and
Right.
doing all that, because it's just it
Right.
gets boring. So you have to have those plans. You have to talk to each other, figure things out, and plan before, talk about things after, talk about things during. Like, hey, that's not working. Do
That's
something a
right.
little different real
That's
quick.
right. Hey,
Try
put
this
your leg on the shoulder. Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, put that right here. I got you. No problem.
It's just all things you can't be afraid to do. You got to
Right.
talk to each other, for sure. And I don't think I think that's pretty much it. You just have to be comfortable exploring new things with each other if you really want to. If you feel things are
Right.
getting boring, you have to definitely let them know, hey, this isn't doing it for me anymore. Like, I want to try
Right.
something different. You can't just let it go stale and then just expect them to know that you're not feeling it. Like, you have to say
Talk that
something.
shit.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree totally. I think so. It sounds like everyone's saying the same things, and I think that's cool. Yeah, and I agree. Like Dre saying, nasty might be our regular shit. That's cool, but sometimes it's like, son, but you can't handcuff me every Tuesday, son. Like some Tuesdays we gotta get the chocolate syrup out the cabinet or something. Like, so I totally get that. And I think everyone had key points. Communication is definitely important before, during, after. I totally agree with that as well. I don't think we're really saying anything different here. And I think the overall message is let's work together so things do not become monotonous. And I think that I agree once again that should be the goal. The goal should always be mutually beneficial, mutual pleasure, and memorable moments. That's something I'm big on. Let's have a memorable experience. I like the kind of shit that 2 days later I'm at work and I'm like, oh man, but that shit the other day though, man, oh, that shit was nice. You know what I'm saying? Or you might just get a phone call. Hey, real quick, you busy at work? Nah, babe, what's up? You remember that shit from Thursday? Ooh, girl, get off the phone. I'm at work. I can't be thinking about that shit right now. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of shit I think we should all be, as a society, just aiming to do on a regular basis. I think when everybody has a good time, we have good memories. So, all right. So we're all done on this topic, yes? All right, let's move to the last topic.